On behalf of Chronicles Airlines, it is my pleasure to welcome you all aboard Flight 123 with service to Colorado and continuing service to Chaffee County. Federal regulations require all bags to be properly stored before takeoff. Today's destination takes us back to Mother's Day 2020, where a wife and mother went missing. Suzanne Morphew, 49 years old, was last seen May 10th, 2020, indulging in a relaxing bike ride around her hometown. Nobody knew her whereabouts until now. As Suzanne was reported missing, the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office launched a large-scale search for her. Missing persons posters decorated mailboxes, light poles, and even news stations around Colorado. Suzanne was an avid bike rider whom had become very used to her area. Many times before had she taken off on her bike for a solo ride. That seemed no different until the indictment broke. Last year, Barry took to social media with concern and tears in his eyes to beg for the safe return of Suzanne. While Barry took to social media to make his emotional plea for her return, Suzanne's family launched their own privately paid-for search with detectives, investigators, and even search and rescue dogs. With everybody so desperate to find Suzanne's whereabouts, a $200,000 reward was offered. Suzanne and Barry were married in 1994 and had two beautiful daughters and eventually began their lives together. Suzanne ran nonprofit charity organization and Barry had ties to landscaping. More recently began working as a volunteer firefighter, which ultimately would be used as an alibi, stating he was in Denver for training when his wife was reported as missing. Both the Colorado and Federal Bureau of Investigations joined in the search for Suzanne. Personal items were found and reported, but with no leads. Search warrants in hand, investigators began to cordon off the Morphew home. Hoping to locate any information that would lead to the whereabouts of Suzanne, investigators ultimately executed 135 search warrants and interviewed over 400 people. Later that month, investigators gave the family home back to the Morphews, only to have Barry deny Suzanne's family a search of their own. In September 2020, Barry requested guardianship of Suzanne in order to sell the family home while she was still missing. Meanwhile, Suzanne's brother continued with their diligent search for his sister. They held news briefings and candlelight vigils.
Gotta find my little sister and have to bring closure to my family. It's been horrible. The investigators asked that of us, but it's time now. First from the Benghazi in the Middle East, two of them are going to be there doing GPS coordinates. Chris and Mike on Profiling Evil have been a tremendous help to me. They're going to line up a lot of professionals to help out in this search. I've got almost 35 volunteers all ready to go west, and anybody that wants to go, join in. We're taking boats, kayaks, people, and we'll be taking iPhones and cell phones. They'll GPS coordinate us, they'll work us on grids, and we'll search. And I want to bring my sister home.
While Barry had been listed as very helpful to the police, he was less helpful with the family. The family seemed adamant in their search for Suzanne. Unfortunately, Suzanne's brother revealed he had suspected Barry of foul play very early on. Authorities remained focused on the area and began to work with the FBI in searching nearby waterways with boats, dive team professionals, and even cadaver dogs. They interviewed over 400 individuals, working both day and night for any kind of break in the case. Barry attended the last court date for guardianship and was awarded the right to list and sell the family home. The house was listed on Zillow as a stunning mountain home. Little did anybody know it was the possible site of a murder.
is going to be a changing day in your life. Stand by A and roll A.
Suzanne's family spoke with Dr. Phil regarding her disappearance, only days before her father, Gene Mormon, would pass away. Suzanne would be listed in his obituary as missing and presumed dead. We have just learned that Barry Morphew has been arrested on several charges related to the disappearance of his wife, Suzanne. He was taken into custody today without incident, May 5th, 2021, which marks almost 1 full year since Suzanne was last seen.
Wouldn't answer any questions after he was in custody and asked for a lawyer. District Attorney.
I welcome you to case number 2021CR78, People of the State of Colorado versus Barry Lee Morphew. Charges include murder in the first degree, tampering with evidence, possession of a dangerous weapon, tampering with a deceased human body, and attempt to influence a public servant. Barry would lawyer up immediately after being arrested, which prevented authorities from gaining any additional parts to his story. At this time, Barry remains behind bars in Colorado at the Chaffee County Detention Center. The outcome to having Barry's arrest affidavit unsealed for public view is denied at this time. Morphew will appear in court Thursday, May 27th, 2021. As always, this video is for entertainment purposes only.